How do you respond when people are saying bad things about you, when they're lying about you? Well, Psalm 120 answers that. My name is Gray. I'm going through the book of Psalms. Today it's Psalm 120. It doesn't have an author. Well, it does have an author, but we just don't know who the author is. But here's an interesting fact from Psalm 120 to 134. All of them have the same title. It's a song of ascents. Now, these psalms were recited sung as the Jews were going into Jerusalem towards the temple as they were going up the temple steps, Song of Ascents. And the whole theme, overarching theme of these psalms is getting back into God's presence as you're going into the temple. So you will see all of this coming through. For now and for today, it's 120. Let's jump in. Let's look at it. So it is a person who is lamenting to God because people have risen up and are lying about him. So that's why verse 1 says, I call on the Lord in my distress, and he answers me. If there's one thing that I'm learning in the book of Psalms is I call unto God and he answers. I call unto God and he answers. That's the faith, that's the attitude that we should always have. And the problem that the author has, it says it in verse 2, it says, save me, Lord, from lying lips, from deceitful tongues. So obviously people are talking about him. But he's the punishment that he's saying that these people should receive. Verse 3, it says, what will he do to you? What more besides? So the fact that they're lying, they already have a punishment, but he says, what more will God do to you? How will he increase your punishment? And it talks about them being pierced with warriors' sharp arrows, and then burning coals, sharp arrows with burning coals on them. And then this verse 5 says, woe to me that I dwell in Meshech, that I live among the tents of Kedar. So these were Gentile nations, Gentile cities. And he's saying, I'm living this place and I really hate it because everyone is a liar. He says, too long have I lived among the people who hate peace. So he is a man who's following God and he doesn't feel very comfortable where he is because everyone else is lying around him. I hope and I wish that many of us would be like that we would choose the places, because sometimes us as Christians, we tend to forget who we are and start socializing with other people, which is absolutely great. But as we socialize, people can't tell who's a Christian, who's not. Yeah, so verse 7, this guy is saying, I am for peace, but when I speak, they are for war. So that's two totally different counts, but he's there and he can't help it. So he's crying out to God and says, God, I'm here. I hate these people who are lying. Save me. And I love the fact that he says that God heard his prayer. Lesson for us is don't give up on praying for God. He will hear you. And let's not get too comfortable in places where the Lord God Almighty is not glorified. God bless you.